Okay, so we're going to start by assembling our cover. Now, I'm using the Cool Katz Clever Tools. They're hinge spacers. So you get two sets in the kit. So you get a 1/4 inch and a 3/8. So I'm under quite a narrow gap today, so I'm going to use the 1/8. And I've got some of the Cool Katz Architape, which is like a fabric bookbinding tape. So I'm going to start off with my two covers, which are 6.5 by 4 3/4, and a spine that's 6.5 by 1 1/4. So I'll put my spacers to the side. And this tape has got a backing, so I'm going to take off a bit of the back, and I'm going to place a short end down the middle. I'm going to carry on along the long side and one short side. And now I'm just going to cut it off. I'm also going to cut off this backing paper just so it doesn't get in the way of the rest of the project. And I'm going to cut down towards the corner of my cover. Now this tape is quite strong, so you need to get right in and chop it off. You can't just tear as easily as some others. And it is super sticky, so I've got my titanium scissors. And I've got my Teflon tool that I also got from Cool Katz, so I'm going to just burnish it down. Do the two short ends first. Now this tape is strong. And now I'm going to do the long end. I'm just using my tool just to press it all on and down the sides. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's a fabricy texture and really quite strong. So I've done one. I'm just going to do my second one. Exactly the same. Short end. Keep the tape taut. The long edge. And my short edge. Trim off the tape, trim off the backing, and cut towards the corner. So I'll try and do this one a bit quicker. That's them all done. Folding down the short side. And the long side. Now I did and ah about getting this Teflon tool because it was a bit pricier than a normal bone folder, such. So thinking, do I really want to purchase one of these? And the answer was yes. It is brilliant. It's on my desk all the time now. I use it for everything. So now I'm just going to cut 2 little squares. And can't get the backing off. There we are. I'm just going to cover over the top and the bottom. And now I'm going to tape them together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a double width of my tape and I'm going to peel off the backing. That might be easier if I take it out. You won't see it all in shot, but it's just going top to bottom this way, keeping it taut, and I'm placing my cover on the tape. Now I'm just taking a couple of pieces of the backing, because what I'm going to do now is use my spacers, and if I put them straight on this tape they're going to stick. So I'm just going to put the tape down there, and that'll just help pick it up later. And my second spacer, and I'm going to take my spine and I'm going to slot it in there, and that is giving me a 1/4 of an inch gap at both ends. Taking off the tape, take off the tape, and there we are. I'm just going to burnish it down with my Teflon tape, and I'm just going to run it down there just so we can get it bending there. And now we can do exactly the same on the other side. Again, take a double width. I go a little bit just over, just so that it makes sure it meets in the middle. Peel it off. Lay it flat. If I do it this way, you can see as well. So I'm making sure I've got my join facing up again, just so that both the joins are on the inside and be covered by my spine. Not that it would matter, you wouldn't see much of it anyway, because you're going to cover the spine with cardstock later or your pattern paper. Spacers in. My second cover, slotting into that gap there. Pressing it down. Lifting my 2 tools, taking off the tape, pulling it nice and taut, and taut there. Just got a couple of strands there, just cut them off. There. And that's it. You've got your cover made with the Architape from Cool Katz. Now this is quite fabricy and strong, so when you glue your patterned papers onto it, make sure you use a nice strong glue, bookbinding glue or some acrylic glue. Okay, so we've got our cover. Now we're going to use some of our Cool Katz dies to make a great inside pages. So see you in the next video.